Hey, what's up, Positive Mindset fam? I'm sitting here with one of our very own mindset mentors, Byron Slavin. Byron has been one of our mindset mentors for a little over a year. He's one of our earlier ones. I was doom scrolling through Instagram one evening, like I do, and I came across his account, and I was very intrigued by his content. It was super positive, super uplifting, and very intentional. I felt it was very in line with what we're trying to do with Positive Mindset Brand, what we've been doing with Positive Mindset Brand. So I just knew that I had to get this guy on my team. So and reached out to him, asked him if he'd be interested, and he accepted. And we've been good buddies ever since. I love the content that he puts out. So anybody listening to this, watching this, if you do not follow Byron, go check him out. Super inspirational, dude. His content is some of my favorite that I see on Instagram. Very awesome stuff. This is Byron's T-shirt, and it's super awesome. It's one of my favorites that we've done. I'm going to save the meat and potatoes for Byron to share. But by the time you guys watch and listen to this, you'll have already seen it. But I'll let him explain the whole meaning behind it. So without further ado, Byron, I'm going to let you have the floor. Introduce yourself. Share whatever you're comfortable with sharing, brother.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Thanks for having me on here. Yeah, my name is Byron Slavin. I'm a gym owner up in Northern California. We do a lot of group exercise classes and personal training. I grew up playing a lot of sports, like most kids, baseball and basketball and tennis, and collegiate athlete. And then in my 30s, I really got into running, doing first 5Ks, 10Ks, and halves. Then I really got into marathons and ultra marathons, running up to 50 miles. But my story here kind of begins back in 2016 when I felt like I was in the best shape of my life, and I was running pretty well and qualified for the Boston Marathon at the end of 2016 in December. And then after that, I decided I was going to get more into ultra racing and running 50s and 50Ks. And at the beginning of 2017, during some training runs, I started to have some symptoms where I was getting blurred vision, feeling nauseous, just off, and went to the doctor 5, 6, 7 times, and they couldn't figure out what was going on with me. Finally, they realized after doing an EKG of my heart that I was actually in heart failure. And here I was thinking I was in the best shape of my life, running, exercising, eating right, and here I am in heart failure. I had an aneurysm in my aorta, and I had a bad aortic valve. So I needed to have open heart surgery to replace it. And I had that done in 2017, that summer, at Stanford Hospital. So they actually put in, if it's really quiet, I sound like a clock because I have a mechanical valve in my heart now, in a new aorta.
Like you can hear it?
Oh yeah, it's loud. I'll have to send you another video. Just listen. It's like literally like a clock. So if I'm in an elevator with somebody, they're always looking to see if I have a watch on. But it goes with me. So
wow,
that's why I had open heart surgery at Stanford, summer of 2017. Supposed to run the Boston Marathon the beginning of that next year, and it was quite a journey and recovery. I couldn't even sit up on my own in bed, and try to keep a positive mindset. The doctors didn't think there was any way that 9 months later I'd be able to run Boston. But I set goals for myself each week, getting up in bed, being able to walk down the hall, walk to the end of the driveway, down the street. Finally got into cardiac rehab, and I was walking on the treadmill, and slowly but surely started to get my strength back. And in April of 2018, 9 months out of open heart surgery, I ended up running the Boston Marathon. Now, of course, with my luck, it ended up being the worst weather they'd had in the history of the race, and it had been running for 122 years up to that point. And they had, I woke up to snow that morning. It rained hard. It was about 35 degrees, and there was almost 3,000 runners that didn't finish that year. But my goal there was just to finish. I didn't really care about my time. It was just being there. I wore a shirt on the back, a shirt that on the back of it said my open heart surgery date, and I had so many people, hundreds and hundreds, come up to me and say how proud they were of me, that they had family members that had cancer, had gone through this or a heart attack, and that it was really special to see me out there 9 months later. So that's kind of where my story and my attitude changed. There's a lot of people who can use that as an excuse, a reason not to do something, to stay in bed, to stay on the couch. But it was important for me to keep fighting, keep moving forward. And that's kind of what I've continued to do. That was 7 years ago now. But to all my clients, just talk about the importance of having that positive mindset.
Yeah, that's insane. So let me get this straight, man. So you were running marathons. What before you did the 50? What was the max that you had done? What's the
I'd done
furthest?
a 50-mile race prior to that. Back in March of 2016, I ran 50. So I had done a little bit further than the marathon is 26 miles, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
training for more of those.
How old are you, bro?
Right now I'm 48. So this was back when I think it was 40 and 41 when this all happened.
41. Man, that is super young to for heart issues like that, especially all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Yeah, so it ended up being a congenital heart defect that I was born with that I never knew about. So
Oh,
on my aortic valve, I had two valves that or two leaflets that open, whereas in your heart you have three. So I wore them out over time and needed to get replaced with this mechanical valve I have in me now.
man. Okay, so you have this heart issue, and then the docs are telling you there's no way that you're going to be able to run this marathon in 9 months. And Byron refuses to give up. He wakes up in his bed every morning and makes weekly goals, and he crushes it. So and then you ran it in 9 months, and not only did you complete the marathon, but it was the worst weather recorded for in 122 years. You said that
Yeah,
they've been
correct.
running that marathon.
Yeah, there was 26,000 people in the race, and yeah, it was the worst weather they'd had. So
And how many
it was
people dropped?
close to 3,000 that year didn't finish.
Oof.
There were some people along the way that actually had help to aid stations. You know, you couldn't feel your hands, you couldn't feel your feet. They were getting hypothermic, so it was pretty challenging to say the least.
That yeah, to say the least, man. That's impressive, brother. So I like running, but a 5K is the most I've ever done. So hats off to you, man. I couldn't imagine ever running that, especially 9 months after going through what you went through. I'm sure there were moments in that 9 month period where you were trying to regain your strength and prepare for that marathon that you had self doubt, you had self limitations that maybe this isn't a good idea, maybe I shouldn't do that, or I'm not going to be good enough. You said earlier that you maintained a positive mindset, uh, and I think there's I don't know the word for it, but people think that a positive mindset comes easy. It doesn't come easy. People that do that, it's daily work of talking and coaching yourself. So how did you get through those dark days, those where you were down and didn't think that you could do it?
Yeah, there was absolutely moments of doubt. I mean, like I said, it was 9 months from the date of surgery, and there was times all the way up into the last month, 8 months out that I didn't know if I was going to do it. But I got four daughters, and I was trying to be a good example for them too, and wanted to make them proud. And I am goal oriented. I think that's important. But just I was also doing it for the community too. There's a lot of people that rallied behind me, and I want to set a good example for them to see that you aren't defined. We all struggle. We all go through challenges, but it doesn't have to define you as a person. You know, you have control over your mindset, your attitude, and your effort. And I was going to do everything I could, even with the weather and stuff. I was going to push through. There was no way I was going to not cross that finish line that day. So,
Man,
just
that's beautiful. That's super inspiring. Uh, everything that you just said, doing it for your daughters and doing it for yourself because you made the goal and you saw it through. That's super incredible. Uh, so a little bit about the T-shirt, man. Do you want to go ahead and share some of the details of it?
sure, yeah. I mean, let's talk about the shirt. I appreciate the opportunity to making the shirt. I think it looks awesome. It came out great. I think. So the concept behind the shirt, it's really just about overcoming adversity. In life, we all go through tough times. We face challenges, we face struggles. Like with what I went through with medical issues. Some people face challenges with anxiety, depression, grief, loss, addiction. There's toxic relationships out there. You can even struggle with procrastination. And it can really start to beat you down at times, and you start to feel overwhelmed. You can feel hopeless, like it's just too much. But like I said earlier, you got to remember, I'm always telling my clients that anything in life that you got control over two things, and that really is your attitude and that is your effort. And if you have that positive mindset and you keep moving forward, you can start to overcome those dark days. At least that was what my experience was. I try to stay up as best I can. And sure, there's days you're gonna have setbacks, but if you have that goal that you're working towards, you're gonna keep fighting and keep moving forward. Um, and I always tell my clients too, the strength grows in the moments that you can't go on. but you keep going anyways. Like you don't have a choice, you just keep pushing. And that is what I really think the shirt is all about. It's having that positive mindset and the heart of a lion, and knowing that your only limit is you and what's up here. So
yeah,
pretty much achieve anything from there. So
yeah. Well, whenever I first reached out to you about the collaboration, you dropped all these ideas for the T-shirt, and I knew instantly that we had something great. And I wanted to incorporate all of it, the heart of the lion and everything. And I think ultimately it came together pretty good. We had a couple of revisions, but for the most part, it came out really great. I think you guys are going to love it.
The lion is really important to me. I mean, I have a lot of tattoos now, but back then, right out of surgery, the first tattoo I got is on my chest, on my heart, and it's a roaring lion that was roaring at my scar there. So I think you did a great job of capturing that heart of a lion on there, the EKG out at the bottom. And then in my gym on the wall, it's painted, your only limit is you. And that really is what it is all about.
You've got a lion in your logo too, don't you? Or something on your wall or something?
Yeah, the gym's called Overcome Fitness. And that's, that's what it's all about. So just overcoming those challenges.
Yeah, man. So your gym's obviously open to the public, right?
Yeah. We're in Northern California, just outside of Sacramento.
I really appreciate you coming on and giving me the time to talk with you and learn more about you and tell all of our followers about the inspiration behind this T-shirt. Super rad. I'm super stoked for it. So guys, make sure you go grab one of these T-shirts. It's only going to be available for a week. If it performs well, we'll consider making it a stock item so that we'll carry it regularly. You got anything else that you'd like to share before we close it, man?
No, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it, the time, and the shirt's awesome. Thank you.
Cool, man. Cool. Well, you guys stay positive. We'll see you next time.